Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Pint Mic. Is that all you got? Welcome to Pint Mic. This is a very special Pint Mic. We're raising money for Chattanooga Room at the Inn. They're helping out women and single mothers who are homeless. And that money you give tonight stays in this city and does a lot of good locally, so you can feel good about the amount of alcohol you drink. How about that? Give it up! Are you guys ready for your esteemed host? Well, give it up for Mr. Andrew Ledbetter!
Hey everybody, how's it going? Yeah, back on the main stage. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming out. Check. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I got engaged recently. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I got engaged. My fiance and I are not doing the traditional wedding band thing, though. We're actually doing tattoo wedding bands because we like what they represent a little bit more, you know. Over time, the tattoo wedding band fades, like the love you have for one another. Yeah, she loves that joke. Planning a wedding is hard. I'm not a very smart guy, so it's even harder. The other day, I got the phrases outdoor wedding and open marriage mixed up. My fiance's like, hey, can we have an outdoor wedding? I'm like, baby, I thought you would never ask. That sounds awesome. Now I'm in the doghouse, guys. We're not gonna have an outdoor wedding or an open marriage. It's not funny. I just lost a $2,000 deposit. It sucks. Big basketball fan. The NBA season just ended. I watch basketball sometimes with my fiance. I get very passionate watching basketball. And she doesn't get it. Whenever I'm yelling at the TV, she's like, hey, Andrew, what the heck, man? Is this how you're going to act when we have kids? Are you going to go to your 7-year-old son's basketball game? You're going to yell at him whenever he misses a shot? I said, baby, of course not. Are you kidding me? Of course not. I'm not going to go to his games. You serious? Have you ever been to a 7-year-old's basketball game? That shit is fucking boring. They start at like 10 a.m. on a Saturday? No. I'll still be drunk at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, you guys. Do you really think I'm giving up my 1 weekend a month to have custody to waste in a church gymnasium watching my son miss layup after layup? No, I'm gonna be the cool dad. We're gonna wake up at the crack of noon and play Zelda all day. It's gonna be awesome. One thing we do like to watch together, though, we like to watch true crime documentaries. Yeah, pretty cool. We just finished watching the new Ted Bundy documentary. And spoiler alert, he did it. He definitely did it. Towards the end of the documentary, he gets sentenced to death by electric chair. And then a bunch of rednecks from Tallahassee, Florida, drive up to tailgate his execution. Guys, that's the most Florida shit that's ever happened. Straight up. I don't know how to feel about it, because on the one hand, I don't believe in the death penalty, right? I don't think it's right for the government to be taking lives. On the other hand, I do love a good tailgate, so not really sure how to feel about it, honestly. Any pot smokers here in the audience? Yeah, a couple. Anyone like edibles? Yeah. I ate an edible for the first time the other day, right before going to see the Avengers. Horrible idea. Couldn't have been worse. He's like, hey man, just have half of this pot cookie. I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? A lot of terrible things could happen. I got so high that I couldn't even sit through the trailers. I couldn't just watch a movie. Do you guys know how high you have to be too high to watch a movie? That's crazy. That's like being too fat to go to Golden Corral. That's like being too white to work at Old Navy. Shouldn't be possible. It's like, nah, man, I don't want to watch this movie. I just want to sit in the lobby next to some Chattanooga City cops. That's what I want to do. Then you guys can come check on me every 30 minutes. Like, hey, man, you good? You cool? So, yeah, no, I just need to stay in here. Yeah. Can't even talk, right? I'll get out of here on this, guys. Does anyone else ever remember accidentally calling their teacher mom during sex? And then he's like, my name's Principal Connors, but you can call me Daddy. Okay, what's up? Thank you, guys. We got a great show for tonight. Yeah. This first comic coming up to the stage is a good friend of mine. He runs a monthly show called Chat Talk Tonight. Please welcome the very funny Donnie Marsh, everybody.
Oh, watch out. Oh, man. That's right, danger's on stage. I am the bad boy of Chattanooga comedy. Mr. First Amendment, you don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't even know what I'm gonna say up here. I should have prepared something. I really should have thought about what I was gonna say. My New Year's resolution to quit pooping ended in disaster today in the lobby of Bank of America. It's the furthest I've ever made it, but the slightest jostle or loud noise can throw you off. I clean windows for a living. I'm a window cleaner. My friends always ask me the same question every time they hear that. They're like, oh, you clean windows. People's houses, right? You ever seen anyone naked? Yes, I have. It's never who you would have picked. It's never the one you were hoping. In fact, it's the same guy every time. It's the same elderly German man who's just like, I wasn't expecting you. Anyway, how you doing? If this happens 5 more times, I'm gonna start to think it's not an accident. I'm from Florida originally, and my sister's husband is black, which no one there cares about, but ever since I moved up to Tennessee, sometimes people ask me like, oh, your sister married a black guy. How do you feel about that? I'm like, why would I care? She and I stopped having sex years ago. We've moved on. Why can't you, you know? I'm from a very small town in Florida, though, and I don't know how many of you grew up in church, but if you grew up in church in a small town, your pastor did not graduate first in his class in seminary, okay? In fact, a lot of times it's just the guy in town who remembers or thinks he does the most stuff about the Bible. And if you go to a Pentecostal church where they allow a lot of extemporaneous speaking, he may just get on a roll and get confused. And before long, he's saying stuff like, as the good book says, he leadeth me down to the paradise city, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Lord, won't you please take me home? And you're like, that sounds good, but it does not sound right. In Florida, we love, speaking of the Lord Almighty from whom all blessings flow, Tim Tebow is getting married, everyone. You remember him, the football player who put Bible verses on his face? He's contributed to a lot of charities. He's a very sincere young man. I would never make fun of him for that, but I will make fun of the fact that he is a 32-year-old virgin, and that first night, he's just going to be like a beer can with a pinhole in it, just spraying around everywhere. It's going to be gross. It's going to be great. It's going to be really funny. It makes me laugh to think about. But yeah, he was always like trying to steer the conversation after football games towards his faith. And I just like to think that in another dimension, there's a Satanist, Tim Tebow, who's kind of doing the same thing. You know, and they just ask him, like, Tim, like, how'd you pull off that amazing comeback in this game just now? He'd be like, well, I'm just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time, but as soon as my pants are on, I go out to the graveyard and I eat a bunch of mushrooms and I summon the ancient Enochian spirits to take over my body and not my will, but theirs be done. They're like, damn it, Tim. We don't want to talk about that. He's like, I apologize. I just want to give all the glory to the Dark Lord Satan who comforts and guides me with his black leathery wings. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for I am evil. Like, son of a bitch. No, Tim. Could you tell us about the game? How'd you lead that final drive? Seemed to be a lot of improvisation. I'd be like, well, I'll tell you what, is anyone who could tell you who's ever put together an orgy for men, women, and reasonably well-groomed livestock. You can prepare all you want, okay? But when things go off, right? Like, it doesn't matter how you've got the vats of lubricant to the exact right viscosity or anything. Things get all cattywampus and you just gotta freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn it, Tim. Well, now that the season is over, Tim, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm going to do the same thing I do every off season. I'm going to visit sick children in the hospital, and I'm going to laugh at them. Anyway, that's my time, folks. I'm Donnie Marsh. Give it up for your host, Andrew Ledbetter, and please contribute to this very wonderful cause.
Donnie Marsh, everybody. Let him hear it. Yeah. Yeah, give it up for Donnie Marsh, everybody. He's not allowed to lead Bible study anymore at church, believe it or not. This next fellow coming to the stage is also very funny. Please welcome Bryant Smith to the stage, everybody. Bryant Smith.
Keep it going for Andrew. Keep it going for yourselves, guys. Thank you guys for coming out and doing this for charity. Guys, I'm going to get a little personal right out of the gate. I'm 33 now. I'm officially, gotta say a prayer before I take a dump, old. So, working out. Guys, speaking of honesty, I believe in honesty and comedy. Guys, John Cena's got a weird dick, right? Like, extra weird. Look at that guy. He's all knobby and bumpy. Looks like he was inflated with a bicycle pump. I bet John Cena's dick has more twists and turns than a fucking balloon animal. Think about it, man. His dick's probably banging on the inside of his sweatpants like Quasimodo on the doors of Notre Dame. John Cena's dick's got a cleft chin. That's what I'm getting at. John Cena's dick has a better jawline than I do. It's uncomfortable. Man, I love being in Tennessee. I love being from Chattanooga. It's great, especially because the state flower of Tennessee is about to get changed to a fistful of Percocets. Yeah, boy. Oh, man. Chattanooga's great. Chattanooga's like the Portland of the South because it's like always raining and no one has a fucking job. But everyone has a bike and an Etsy hustle. Speaking of, I also have an Etsy hustle. See me after the show. I'll sell you some stuff. I also found out recently Chattanooga's got a dog park that's also a bar, which is super awesome. Yeah, it's fucking great. And like, I found out you don't have to have a dog to go there. Because I thought it was going to be like how I have to get into Chuck E. Cheese. And like, ma'am, I'll level with you. Like, I'm not gonna kidnap your dog. That would be rude. I will kidnap your fucking children, though. Because I got a bunch of tokens from 1996 and I still haven't beaten the Simpsons game. Yeah, it's fucking vexing, right? Every time I get to Montgomery Burns, I just rage shit in my pants. You guys are great. The spelling bee happened recently. I'm not much into sports, but I love the fucking spelling bee. Mostly because I get to be smug to rednecks every time it happens for like 2 months. Because they'll be like, English should be the language in America. And it's like, I can't even pronounce any of the 5 kids that tied to win it this year's name. I can't pronounce any of those fucking kids' names. It's like, Rahashi Shudarakumtar. I can't, and these kids are beating the shit out of us. Like, I think whichever kid wins the spelling bee should get to pick the language for a year. And you guys need to brush up on your Punjabi, because we're getting our asses beat out there. Except for that one year where some kid named like Chris Simpson wins and we all have to learn fucking Klingon. Oh, man. So, I don't know if you guys can tell this by looking at me. I'm an enormous nerd. Yeah. Oh, I know you can fucking tell, baby. Mwah. So, I'm an unassuming guy. I'm a nonviolent guy. I'm a sweet boy. And I used to work at the mall here in town. And I was walking outside to smoke a cigarette, and there was this very nice family in an SUV next to where I go smoke. I assume they were nice. We didn't speak. But I was walking by, and when this pale, nerdy piece of shit walked by their car, they locked their doors. And for a moment, for the briefest of moments, I thought, holy crap, we've done it. As a people, as a society, we've finally gotten as close to utopia as we're ever going to get. We're just a society that mutually distrusts one another. And then I realized, no, that's not it. That's not it. They locked their doors because I'm such a stone cold fucking badass. So I had to cement my badassery. Went actually right up the road here to White Wizard Tattoo, and I asked them for a tattoo, and they said it was dumb, but they'd do it because my money spins. And this is the sexy part of the show, guys. Yeah. So I went down to the tattoo shop, and I got a stomach tattoo. And if you give me $1, you can touch it. Also, if the opportunity ever presents itself to get a stomach tattoo, whether it says nerd life or not, fucking don't. Because it hurts the whole time. It's like getting electrocuted to death through your belly button. Hurts the whole fuck. It sucks. It sucks like doing sriracha bombs, which, by the way, for the record, is sriracha and Jaeger. And if you do it, I'll make fun of you. Thank you guys so much. My name is Bryant Smith.
Bryant Smith, everybody. Let him hear it one more time. This next comic coming to the stage is also very funny. Please put your hands together for Elijah Craan, everybody.
I'm way too passive. Like, I'd make a horrible drill sergeant. I'd be like, drop and give me 20 if you feel like it. Like, you don't have to if you're not in the mood. Sometimes people get mad at the stuff I say on here, but what those fools don't understand is that they're just jokes. Extremely racist jokes. Man, looking back on my childhood, I can tell my parents didn't want me. Because my bath toy was a toaster. I feel sorry for people who don't follow celebrity news. Because what celebrity news shows you is that the stars are just like us. For instance, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson recently went through a messy breakup, which I'm sure many of you have gone through. And Demi Lovato is currently struggling with drug addiction, an issue many regular people face. And Charlie Sheen had sex with multiple women after he found out he was HIV positive. Just like me. I got diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a form of autism, but I just tell everyone I have autism because just the name, Asperger's, is terrible. Asperger's. It's like, imagine a doctor comes in your room and he's like, I'm sorry, miss, but your son has diarrhea hot dog. Cases of vagina grilled cheese are on the rise. Are vaccines to blame? I got this idea for a movie, right? I call it Beauty and the Beast. It's about a beautiful young woman who meets and falls in love with my ex-wife. You know when you want to say something racist, but your mouth is just too full of dip? It's like, make America great again. I'm actually the least racist person alive. I'm the least racist man alive. I don't even see race. In fact, the only reason I know I'm white is because I get dirty looks every time I say the N-word. I don't actually say the N-word, but sometimes I hear other white people complain, why can't I say it? I'm like, it's easy not to say certain words. For instance, it's been years since I've said the words, I'm sorry, please forgive me, it was my fault. I accept responsibility for my actions. You guys know the old activity from gym class, to sit and reach? You sit and you reach, right? It's BS. The only sitting and reaching I'm trying to do is sitting on my toilet and reaching in the fridge for an ice cold beer. That's just a joke, you guys. I don't have a fridge in my bathroom. That's disgusting. I got a bucket in the kitchen. I poop in a bucket next to my food. That's the joke. Before I go any further, I just want to say rest in peace to my son, Chad. He died recently, and it's been really hard, but at least I know he died doing what he loved. Locking himself in a hot car. You can laugh, it's not your kid. He got off easy. My other kids suffered a fate worse than death. Their mom got custody. You know those commercials for erectile dysfunction pills where the guy's throwing the football through the tire swing? I came up with a better one. Instead of a guy throwing a football through a tire swing, it's a bunch of dudes throwing hot dogs at a woman. Superman is the strongest superhero, but he has one weakness. Kryptonite. It's kind of like me. I'm the strongest stand-up comedian, but I only have one weakness. Any adversity whatsoever. All right. What's the difference between Michael Jackson and Subway Jared? One of them inspired millions before being unjustly persecuted. The other made Thriller. Come on, stay with me. I can do this all night.
Elijah Craan, everybody. Yeah, give it up for Elijah one more time, everybody. We got a bunch of great comics coming at you. This next fella coming to the stage, also a great local talent. Please put your hands together for Ben Levin.
My penis is a lot like socialism. It works great, but no one will give it the chance. Every drug dealer is unreliable. Could you imagine if the food industry ran off the same merit as drug dealing? You call up Asia Buffet. You say, hey, can I get some General Tso's chicken? You hear on the other line, yeah, I'll let you know. Click. You know that song, Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting? Well, that song actually happened. I was there. And let me tell you, not everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. A lot of us were in the corner jerking off. Kung Fu is a spectator sport. Let's see here. The hardest part about vaping is telling your parents you're gay. I feel sorry for depressed people who are poor. It's like not only can they not afford pills, I mean, let alone a gun. Hot takes. Yeah. Let's see. You guys hear about the new Adam Sandler movie that's coming out this summer? Anybody, this summer, I was vaccinated when I was 3 years old, and now I can't stare people in the eyes, and now I have autism. Okay, I'm very bad at talking to women, especially first dates. She's always like, what do you do for a living? And I always say, you or a loved one may have mesothelioma and may be entitled to cashback settlement. She's gone. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. Whoever wrote that has a very tiny dick. Not my dick, though. It's fine. It's fine. I have a pretty sick-ass t-shirt collection. So my favorite shirt is 3 wolves howling up at a moon that's also a dream catcher. My second favorite shirt I like to go and wear out clubbing. It says, I'm sarcastic because, sarcastic. I want women to know up front that I'm, you guys got dads? Anybody got dads? You know that guy who texts you all the time, who's constantly very disappointed, but yet he maintains a good relationship, mainly to buy Adderall. You guys ever see the show Chopped? Anybody watch any Chop heads out here? Okay, you guys have divorced dads? Anybody? Yeah, all right, so you take the contestants on Chopped and you replace them with divorced dads. You say, contestants, your 20-year-old son is coming over for dinner. Your ingredients are season 3 of The Wire, ribeye steaks, and your broken marriage. Go. And me, the 21-year-old son, ends up taking a handful of Klonopin, and I take a sadness nap, and I'm like, sorry, Dad, can't come over. And then the dads gotta eat second helpings of all the food, talk about how they might be gay. What do divorced dads talk about? Who knows? You guys ever heard of this trick called the stranger? Yeah, you sit on your hand for 15 minutes and it goes completely numb. And then it's almost like somebody else is jerking off your dad. Except you can still feel your uncle's cock in your left hand because you got to sit on that hand too. It's a crucial step. This is my impression of Marlon Brando auditioning for porn. Oh, stepsister, what? What are you doing to my penis? I'm conflicted, yet aroused. I'll leave you guys on this. My penis is a lot like capitalism. Only 1% of the population enjoys it.
Ben Levin, everybody. Give him a round of applause. This next guy coming to the stage is a good friend of mine. You can see him at the Comedy Catch every now and then. Please put your hands together for Matt Harris.
Okay, so whoever said there's no use crying over spilled milk didn't have cocaine on the table. Hope everybody made it here okay today. Thank God I made it all right, because I just saved a lot of money on my car insurance by switching to not buying that shit. Travel a lot for comedy. That means I've been stuck in traffic, every type of traffic you can imagine. I am still waiting to get stuck in that sex traffic, though, that I keep hearing about. Ma'am, just to be clear, I said sex traffic, not sex trafficking. That's an important thing, you know, not talking about selling women into sexual slavery, just consenting adults fucking on a freeway. Turn on the radio in my car, I want to hear like, this is your 92.3 big eye in the sky, and 75's a little backed up today, because there's an orgy in East Ridge. You guys better believe I'm getting off in East Ridge, you know? Instead, what do I get on the radio? A guy who owns a car dealership in town. His name is Adventure Joe. Has anybody heard of Adventure Joe? Who put that guy in charge? He doesn't know how business works. Always ordering too many Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Mitsubishi. You can like hear the desperation in his voice in his most recent radio commercial. He's like, hey y'all, this here's Adventure Joe, and boy did I fuck up this time. Every car must go or my wife will leave me. Buy a car for a nickel, I will suck your pickle. Should have fucking not called himself Adventure Joe. Bankrupt Bob would have been a much better name. People my dad's age are always saying shit like, I got spanked when I was a kid and I turned out just fine. Well, let me tell you, I got spanked when I was a kid and I am really fucked up. But please don't let that discourage you from like spanking your kids. They're your kids. Kill them for all I care. You guys think in Australia the song Barbie Girl is just about a chick who's really into barbecues? She's a Barbie girl. She works on down at the Barbie World. Yeah, terrible. Terrible. I was thinking Little Debbie should start making condoms because they got all the names right already. You know what I mean? They got the names down. They have the cream pie, the nutty buddy. Want to get a little nasty? Reach around back with the fudge round. Remember when I was a kid, or when I was a college kid, people used to put their empty liquor bottles on top of their cabinets, remember? In like college dorms because they thought it looked cool. But like now at my age, I hide them under the bed because I think they look depressing. At my age, 12 empty Smirnoff bottles does not mean a party. It means a lack of will to live. Always been real terrified of magicians. People are like, Matt, why? Real simple story. Real simple. One time a magician was like, is this your card? And I was like, dude, that's your penis. 4-inch floppy penis of diamonds. No clue how he pulled that thing out of the deck, really. Man. Speaking of penises. I was at a bar this week. I heard a guy telling his girl that he was a grower, not a shower. Which is great, because if you're a shower, not a grower, your dick is broken. Seek medical attention. Like, no dude I know is like, get you a good look, baby. But don't you touch. Don't you know that this penis is strictly for show? Lasers come out, fucking there's smoke. He puts a top hat on it. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. But on the flip side, I don't know of any women who talk to their friends and is like, oh, ladies, the sex was okay, but my God, the showmanship. Thank you, I'm Matt Harris.
Matt Harris, everybody. Give it up for him one more time. Yeah. We're going to keep this show rolling right along. We got a fan favorite coming to the stage next. This guy's one of the best comics in Chattanooga. Please put your hands together for my man, Reed Landry, everybody. Yeah, let him hear it.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun, man. Anybody here like to get high, man? Anybody? Yeah? Just me, y'all. Y'all don't get high like I do, dude, because I get higher than anybody, bro. I get higher than anybody, okay? There's a trick to it, because I take ghost hits, man. Okay? That means I hold it in, and then when I exhale, nothing comes out, because I'm getting 100% of that sweet, sweet weed juice into my body, baby. You know, Bill Clinton, he never inhaled. Well, I never exhale. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just blew out a hit of weed from the Clinton administration just now, dude. That's how high I get. Sometimes, you know, you get higher than anybody, you're gonna run out of weed. Then what do? You call your guy. He tells you to meet him at a Walmart parking lot at like 3 in the morning. Say, yeah, that sounds safe and cool. I'm gonna do that. But then you know how weed guys are. They're unreliable, so what do you do in the meantime? You smoke the resin in your bowl, dude. Ghost hit it, hold it in. It's 4 a.m., he still hasn't gotten back to you. Your bowl is completely clean. You've scraped it dry. You've smoked all the resin. Now you're at an impasse because your guy still hasn't gotten back to you. What do you do then? You smoke your hair, you guys, because there's weed in there. I know that because I lost a job for that very reason one time. Eventually you're completely bald. You've got a crystal clear bowl. There's no resin. Your weed guy still hasn't gotten back to you. Then what? You move on to black tar heroin. That's right, because weed is a gateway drug. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. That's why I'm such a bad boy. I don't smoke that CBD bullshit. That's like diet weed, man. I don't want that. They're like, oh yeah, it's like weed, but none of the paranoia. Fuck that, man. I want the weed that's only paranoia. Want to smoke a bowl of that and then just like look out my blinds periodically. You're like, what's my neighbor's dog up to? I don't trust him. Looks like there's a little bit of German Shepherd mix. That dog might be a cop, dude. I don't know. think PC culture's getting out of control, you guys. It's out of control. Kids these days, they gotta sit crisscross applesauce. They're not allowed to sit Indian style anymore. I still say Indian style because I'm not sure which Indians they're talking about when they say Indian style. I've seen pictures of snake charmers over there. They're sitting like that. I've seen pictures of Native Americans. They're sitting like that. I think white people are the only people that never figured out that you could sit like that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? How are you sitting without a chair? What the fuck? On the ground? Savages. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. Not me. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It gets worse. You know, kids today, kids today aren't even allowed to play Smear the Queer anymore. Did you know that? They've got to play Assault the Weird Kid now. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. I'm sorry. It's as bad as it gets. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, I'm not sorry. I want to say thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for, that's something I'm trying to implement in my life now. I think that I've been over-apologizing. So instead of where I would say I'm sorry before, I'm now saying thank you. Like, thank you for bearing with me, or thank you for letting me get that off my chest, or thank you for letting me have sex with your wife the other day. It was really cool. That's a new one. Yeah, it was okay. It's okay. So it's summertime, right? That's fun. Time to do my favorite summer activity where I, get out on the old hammock outside, let the breeze flow through my hair, and just sit back, relax, just bury my nose in some dick. You know what I mean? Philip K. Dick, the sci-fi author. I am a huge dickhead, you guys. I love that guy's work. It's so good. I do read a lot. I like to read, not as much as I used to, but I'm trying to get back into it. You can never have too many books, said the guy that was crushed beneath a pile of books. I don't know. I do hate it when people say, oh, the book was better when a movie comes out. Oh, the book was so much better. No shit, the book was better, dude. Your imagination doesn't run on a budget, okay? Obviously, the movie would be really good if Gary Busey could play every single role. With books, it's easy to do. Hell, the Bible's even more interesting when you cast it yourself, I like to picture the Christmas story starring Woody Allen. I almost said Woody Harrelson. Different impression. Woody Allen and Fred Drescher playing Mary and Joseph, where he's like, Joseph, what the fuck are they saying in there? I'm freezing my tits off. It's like, yeesh, oof, sheesh, Mary, I don't think you're gonna like this, but I think these guys might be anti-Semites. They said they said that they're full up, but we could sleep in the manger. The fucking manger, Joseph! I'm about to burst! Anyways, my name's Landry. Thank you very much.
Reed Landry, everybody. Let him hear it. This next fellow coming to the stage is known simply as Gordy. Please welcome him to the stage, everybody. Give it up.
What's up? How y'all doing? It's a good-looking crowd we got out here tonight. And thank you very much, Reed Landry. I remember my first 8-ball. That was a long time ago. Good-looking crowd, especially you. You ever been with a man half your height and twice your age? Call me. Anyway. So, am I the only one depressed that the last Avengers movies come out? I always used to look forward to those year after year. I remember November 12th of last year, a friend of mine was on the computer, and he says, hey, Stan Lee died today. And I couldn't believe it, man. I broke down in tears. Stan Lee was actually dead. The problem is my hearing's not as good as it used to be, and I thought he said Sarah Lee. So that was a rough day for me. Anyway, went to the doctor recently. Son of a bitch actually told me I was overweight. I'm like, no shit. When I masturbate, it's like I'm giving somebody else a reach around. My shirt size has more fucking Roman numerals than the Super Bowl. No fucking shit. But hey, he got his copayment, didn't he? So I guess it's a win-win for him. Summer's here. I'm excited. I love summertime. I love wearing flip-flops and shorts, even if my shorts do go all the way down to my ankles. I can't wear flip-flops anymore, though. I got in an accident at home. I was actually cleaning out my garage, and I knocked over a can of green paint, and it landed right on my foot. And in my startledness, I knocked over 2 more cans of paint, a black can and a brown can. And by the time I got to the hospital, the doctor said I had the worst case of camo toe he'd ever seen. I wear shorts because I like to get a tan, but for some reason, the front of my legs never get tan. I haven't figured that out yet. I guess it's a shade issue. I've calmed down a lot in my recent years. I used to be quite the asshole. Yeah, believe it or not. But I had a little bit of what they call a Napoleon complex. I used to want to invade Russia in the middle of winter with limited supplies. I used to get in a lot of bar fights, believe it or not. And one night I had this guy, and he just kept staring at me, just kept looking my direction, and it was just eating at me. And I couldn't let it go. Finally, I went over and I kicked the bar stool out from underneath him, and we went at it. If it hadn't been for his seeing eye dog and that cane, I'd have whooped his ass. My girlfriend and I just recently celebrated our 2nd-year anniversary. Yeah, you say that, but you ain't met the bitch. She says I have commitment issues because I haven't asked her to marry me. There's no way in hell I have commitment issues. My wife and I have been married for almost 16 years. Speaking of my wife, we actually have 6 children between the 2 of us. She had 2 when I met her. I had 2 when I met her. I had another one that neither one of us knew about. And we have 1 together. Figure that shit out. And she actually wanted to have more children, but unfortunately, kids just don't respond to candy the way they used to. I even went as far as putting a free Wi-Fi sticker on the back of my fucking van. We had to put the puppy down. It got too old. It was rough. So I'm not down on millennials like a lot of people are. A lot of people always give me, they bring up the fact that they get certificates of participation now for sports. I have 6 kids. I've been getting certificates of participation for years. They're called birth certificates. My wife likes to watch Snapped a lot. Anybody familiar with that show, Snapped? The problem is when you walk into the room and she's watching Snapped in the bedroom and taking fucking notes. I confronted her about it, and she's like, don't worry, they're just recipes. Is what it is. I got a true story I want to tell you. And this is, I swear to God, an honest-to-God true story. I was renting a house from my boss. Biggest mistake ever. Don't ever do it. They've got you by the balls. Anyway, I was renting this house from him. Been renting it for 2 months. He sold it out from underneath me. But he says, hey, don't worry about it. I bought another house, even closer to work. You can move into that. Okay. So I moved into the house. 2 weeks later, he comes knocking on my door. Says the lady that had bought the house had found a sunglass case full of crack cocaine. Look at me. Okay, so it wasn't crack cocaine that she'd found. It was actually my daughter's baby teeth. Here's the fucked up part about the story. Her brother is a Ringgold cop, and he looked at him and said, yes, that's crack cocaine. So that's why you've never seen CSI Ringgold on television. The saddest part about the whole fucking story is my daughter is almost 14 years old, and now she has a criminal dental record. I thought for sure there was going to be a cavity search. They never even bothered to call in the canine unit. I swear to God, that's a true story. Anyway, I used to have a piece of art in my driveway, actually at the end of my driveway, until his wife came by and picked up his prosthetic leg. I no longer have a piece of art. I have what they call everybody tells me I have a familiar face, but it's never a friend of theirs. They're like, hey, I know a guy that looks just like you. Oh, really? Are you close? Fuck no. I don't even talk to that son of a bitch. He owes me like $20. Fucking bastard. That's my life right there. Anyway, my wife is excited. She actually can't wait till 2020. Her hearing's not that good either. She thought it was an erection year. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Gordy, everybody. Let him hear it. This next guy coming to the stage is hilarious. He's a good friend of mine. Please put your hands together for Jimmy Sowell.
I'm just imagining the tooth fairy, you know? Like anybody else, like fucking the tooth fairy that found out that some little girl's teeth is crack cocaine. It's like, you guys, I found this little girl. I'm leaving like $30 a pop under the pillow. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wild. I mean, you look at Gordy and you're like, yeah, someone in his family has crack for teeth. You know? You know? No, I don't have, that's one of the reasons I won't have kids. I'm not gonna be the father of that. Another reason is like screaming children. Screaming children have always been a contraceptive of mine. People are always like, Jimmy, like they don't just scream, you know? Sometimes they say like really cute things and they're adorable. I'm like, what kids are you sacrificing? All I ever get is like, it's a joke, guys, lighten up. They normally stop screaming after the first two. You laughed. Any gay people here tonight? Thanks for coming out. You guys like poetry? I wrote a poem. It's called Facebook Nice Guy. And it goes like this. Hey. 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 Well, fuck you, you fat bitch. I never wanted to have sex with you anyway. Thank you. That's Facebook Nice Guy. That guy probably came back like 2 weeks later, like still on red. Just like, you know, you really fucked up picking those Chads you date over me. They just want to come on your tits. I wanted to come on your heart. Now, me and my girlfriend, we've been together for 6 years now. Thank you, thank you. I'm not bragging when I say this, but she's a squirter. So I've been told, a lot of people have told me she's a squirter. I haven't figured that one. I'm pretty sure I'm close. She spit the other day, and I was like, was that it? Fuck. Could have swore that was it. No. Yeah, we have been together for a long time. It makes me think about, like, when we first started dating, you know, the early stages, you know, where they're sending it. Like, my girlfriend sent me this text one time. She said, I'm home alone. Guys, you know what that means. You know, so I hop in my car, just fucking fly, like I'm running through every stop sign, every red light. I just pull up into her yard, like get out, run to the door, just bust open and just immediately get hit in the face by a paint can, which she's tied to a banister. And like fucking slip, the carpet had marbles under it. I was like, what the fuck is this? And like I was like, I'm out of here, and like grabbed the door handle. It just shocked the fuck out of me. I was like, shit. It's not what I thought. It's not what I thought this was when you said home alone. You know, but hindsight, I should have thought, like the picture she sent, I thought was just like a hot O face. But it wasn't. It was just like, it's like, fuck. Hindsight, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Some applause break on the Home Alone joke. Noted. Noted. Man, me and my girlfriend, we've also, you know, we have been together for 6 years, so you got to spice it up. And the other day she came to me and she said, I want to role play. And I was like, okay, fuck yeah, I'm down for that. And so the first night, you know, she came in there and she was dressed like a sexy teacher. You know, and she walks in, she's like, I want you to get these grades up. What do you want? Justice. I was being Batman. That's who I chose to role play. Was Batman. You know, so the next night she comes in and she's a sexy nurse, and just immediately I'm like, get all the children out of the hospital. The Joker's planted a bomb inside the hospital. This is not a joke. The Joker makes jokes. I don't, because I'm choosing to roleplay Batman. She was like, fuck this. I'm just going back to calling you daddy. To which I just started crying. I was like, Martha. Fucked up thing is later I gave her a pearl necklace, so. That's funny because Batman's mom, classically, when she dies, she's got a pearl necklace. It's like a big scene, you know, the pearls are always falling. They make that I'm sorry, I'm Batmansplaining this to you. I need to fucking get off stage. Oh, man. I've been Jimmy Sowell. You guys have a great night.
Give it up for Jimmy Sowell one more time, everybody. This next guy coming to the stage Yeah, this next one coming to the stage is very funny. Please put your hands together for Garrison Waites.
Thank you very much, friends. How we all doing tonight? We're doing good? Yeah? Yeah, we're keeping it good. All right, guys, I'd like for you all to remember that the juice ain't worth the squeeze if the juice don't look like this. So let's just keep that in our minds going through the set. All right, I'd like to start out with a couple TV show ideas. First one is called Everybody Loves Jay. It's about Ray Romano's second family. I think we could all really get behind it. Yeah. I'd like to see it on TV. The second one is called Open Mic Comics in Jalopies Getting Wasted. Every episode ends with a DUI. It's very accurate. Oh, goodness. Why is it... This is loud. Ooh, 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 ooh. No. No, why is it that when Dollar Shave Club sends a box of razors to your front door, they're lauded as pioneers of the online marketplace? But when I send a box of razors to my ex-girlfriend's front doorstep, she doesn't feel safe anymore, and I get a restraining order. What's with that? You guys have that problem? I find it consistently to be a repeating pattern in my life. It's upsetting. Oh, goodness. Guys, I think it's really important to count your blessings throughout life. You know, you don't get many of them, so count the ones you do have. Like, I consider it a blessing that I don't have any biological sisters. So that means that I can watch sibling porn with no remorse. It's not even remotely a possibility in my life. It doesn't ruin any family functions afterwards. I can just jerk off and fall asleep like any other porn. It's great. You guys should really try it. It's a good time. You should try it. I recently saw a bumper sticker called Musician. It said musician on board. And I read that and I thought, I didn't want you to die in a car accident until I read that bumper sticker. Now I really do. Now I'm like swerving from other lanes to hit you, specifically. It's the opposite of the intended effect. I recently quit smoking. I found this cool trick that I think you guys could do as well if you're also trying to quit smoking. What you do is, I don't know if you know this, but cigarette butts are the number one most littered item in the world. So if you are thinking about quitting smoking and also, not littering, what you can do is you can flick it somewhere you can't see it, and that way you don't feel bad. It works. Like under a car, a passing baby stroller, a dog's open mouth, if they're yawning, you can get it in there. It hurts. It hurts. You see them go, but, they're fine. They're fine. I've never done that. I've never done that. That's a joke. But I do this thing where if I have a cigarette butt, I'll find like an existing piece of litter, like a can, and I'll just put it in that. It's sort of like a lateral move. Like the same amount of litter existed as before as does now, so I'm not a part of the problem, technically. I think that's a good little trick. You can use that. Oh, goodness. I'm a big fan of cute girls. I like cute girls. A lot of guys like hot girls, like the kind that when you see walking down the street, the first thought is that you want to do something to them. I don't like that part of myself. I prefer like cute girls that you see walking down the street, and the first thought that pops into your mind is, I want to buy a fixer-upper with you. I want to make pasta from scratch in in an unfinished kitchen while brown-eyed girl plays on a paint-splattered boombox in the corner, like an 80s movie. And I mean, yeah, sure I want to make her my submissive cum slut, but that's a whole other thing. That's the other. I mean, sure I'll spit in your mouth and choke you, but I want to find someone I can grow old with, right? That's the idea. That's the idea behind everything. Based on the last joke, you can gather that I am straight. I'm one of them straight fellers. I like the gals. I think they're a hoot and a holler. I really like them. That being said, this is something I think is really funny, is that straight guys won't willingly suck a dick, but we all know how. Like the information's there, we just don't employ it, which I think is funny. Like if you took a straight guy and you were like, listen, if you don't suck my dick, I'm gonna kill like you, your family, your girlfriend, whatever, and your Blu-ray collection, how you have like all 8 Fast and the Furious like in a row, even Tokyo Drift, which you weren't sure where to put. I'm just gonna burn that to the ground. then what straight men would do is we just like take a shot, straighten our tie, and start with the balls. Like we know what to do, we just don't employ the knowledge, which I think is really funny. And apparently you guys do too, so that makes me feel good. Oh, goodness. You know who can really go fuck themselves is cool 10-year-olds. Have you guys seen like cool 10-year-olds? Like 10-year-olds walking around with like skinny jeans and like a tattered flannel, like they've been somewhere and done something. It's frustrating to see. Like they have like tired eyes and like Vans, and it makes me so angry. Cause I didn't know you could be cool at 10. I had no idea that that was an option. And at 10 years old, I was just standing around in like cargo shorts and a shirt that was 10 sizes too big for me, like waiting for adults to tell me what to do. That's all my life was. I was just standing around and they're like, you realize you have to like do stuff, right? And I'm like, all right, well like what? And they're like, school. So I would do school and they're like, hey, it turns out you're shit at school. Why don't you try again? So you try again, they're still shit at school. I was like, all right, well fuck school. And they're like, all right, hey Reggie, we got one of those fuck school kids. What do you want to do with this one? And they were like, I don't know, tell them about welding. So that's what I did. I went into welding. And if you guys haven't been to welding school, it's also a hoot and a holler. It's a good time. I didn't really do drugs in high school. In welding school, man, were there aplenty. A lot of drugs. And if you've never welded while you're high, don't ever do it. It's incredibly dangerous. But man, it's life-giving. It's incredible. It's the one process that you should enjoy while you're high. Most other kids, though, nearly killed themselves. I just had fun. Oh, man. I got 1 minute. I recently got out of high school. I think it's kind of funny. High school is like it's just a soft, like Fisher-Price world with like there's no hard edges or corners, and you bounce around with like little to no consequence. And you get out in the real world, and for the first 2 weeks, you're like, this isn't that bad. Like, is this what everybody was like telling me about? It's not that bad. And then someone throws a brick at your face, and you're like, shit, that happens? And they're like, yeah, all the time. Get back up so you can catch the next brick. And then what you have to do is you have to keep stacking those bricks on top of each other and walk around without the stack falling. It's not a hoot and a holler. All right, guys, thanks a lot. My name is Garrison Waites. This has been really great.
Garrison Waites, everybody. Let them hear it one more time. We got a handful of more comics coming at you. Just a reminder to please be respectful of the performers on stage and keep your table conversation to a minimum. With that in mind, please welcome my man Bubba Que to the stage, everybody.
How the hell are you? Lord have mercy. I love pre-cum. I do. It is so delicious. Tastes great, less filling, stretchy. You know what I mean? I like pre-cum, and I'll tell you why. Because pre-cum is the reason that I get to fool around with a lot of straight boys. Straight boys. The reason for that is because when a girl tastes that on her lips, the first thing she does is like, oh my God, that's gross. Can you just finish it off on my tits? But a gay man, we look at it as a challenge, you know what I'm saying? It's like the appetizer before the main course at like Applebee's or something, you know? So we're gonna suck harder, longer, deeper. And when that main course comes, we're gonna eat it up like a fat kid in a room full of Debbie cakes. God dang. I started sucking dick when I was 10 years old. That's right. He wasn't your Sunday school teacher, let me tell you. I had my first boyfriend when I was 13 years old. He was on the junior varsity team. He is cute as hell. Looked like a new roll of skull. And he was a very good guy. He left me after 2 years for a girl. But I think that I had some kind of effect on his life, because when we met, he was a tight end, but when we broke up, he was a wide receiver. It's a true story, true story. My last boyfriend was from up north. Now, I know how most of y'all down here feel about Northerners. My mom and daddy was pretty upset, too. They wasn't upset that I was dating a boy. No, they was upset that I was dating a Yankee. But I went up there, and let me tell you, them Northern people are not real bad. I mean, they're pretty nice. I used to like to fuck with them, though. I just say stuff to, mess with their head, like, it's hotter than a blistered pussy in a pepper patch. And they'd be like, what's that mean? I'm like, that's Southern for it's very hot. But anyway, they have a very construed look about what Southern people are like. But, you can't really blame them. They ain't got much to go on. They've got like Gone with the Wind or Honey Boo Boo. And Gone with the Wind, well, y'all know that has a special place in my heart. But Honey Boo Boo, when did we decide it was okay to put white trash on television? Possibly the last election. I don't want to hear it. Somebody let fucking Roy Moore out again. Oh my God, it's horrible. Y'all are lucky that I'm here tonight. I got invited to do a special event and I just turned them down because this was going on and y'all are very special to me. But if y'all haven't heard, tonight a whole bunch of celebrities are going to read the Mueller report on TV. There's like Annette Bening, Kevin Kline, John Lithgow, Mark Hamill, Sigourney Weaver, and they wanted Bubba Que. They said, Bubba, can you come down here and like translate it to the redneck people down in the South that may not understand what's going on? I said, well, I was only 2 hours. I can stand there going, no collusion, no collusion. I don't know. It was worth a shot. What's going on? I recently bought a truck. It's a real nice truck. Ford F-150 four-wheel drive. Hell yeah, it's the nicest truck. I'd been driving a Honda Civic, and I didn't think that portrayed the redneck image that I want everybody to see. So I went and bought this truck. And I was on Facebook Flea Market, and this girl had said, my uncle has a truck if you want to come up to the Flat Rock four-way and look at it. So I did. I go up there. I expect it's her uncle. It'll be just some old guy, and we'll talk about this truck. No. I pull up to the shed, and the most gorgeous man I have ever saw in my life walks out. He was like a Greek god. He was muscled, tan, sweating. There was grease on one nipple, y'all. God damn. I looked him right in the eye and I said, do you know I can take my teeth out? I got $500 off that truck. Andrew gave me the light, so it's time to sing because nobody else has sang yet tonight. This is the most popular one. Y'all all know it. I sang it in Key West and I love it. Have you ever had your cousin give a little love and things got a little bit hot? Maybe it's your sister, you went ahead and kissed her, then you went and touched her. What? I said inbred. I know he is your grandpa inbred, but it's all right. Inbred, getting tongue from your grandma inbred, that's countrified. My name's Bubba Que, thank you.
Let him hear it one more time, everybody. Bubba Que! We've got 3 more comics coming to the stage this evening. So please pay attention to them. They're really funny. All of them are great. Please welcome the lovely Ivy Weatherford to the stage, everybody. Let her hear it.
Whoa, why is it all the way over there? How you guys doing? Yeah, woo! I miss you guys so much. I've been gone for a little while. I don't know if you noticed. I started a job. I started taking it actually very seriously, and I've had some things come up. It's been depressing, though. Really. I love you all. You guys are my best friends because you're the best listeners. It's almost like I have a microphone for 5 minutes, and you don't have a choice. I just recently found out that being a comic is really dangerous. It gives you the magical ability to convince yourself that every terrible decision is a good idea for the sake of comedy. Like the other night, I'm fucked up. It's the end of the night at CBC, and this complete stranger invites me over. He's like, "Hey, me and 14 people you know are absolutely insane or partying. Are you gonna go?" And I was like, "Should I? No. Am I gonna go home? Hell no. I'm gonna go to this party, drink a 24-pack, and fight somebody and lie to you and say I won for the sake of your being." Like, I have to, I feel accountable. Sorry, these are new jokes, guys. I've also realized recently that dating as an alcoholic is really awful and hard. Because I can't trust myself to black out even once. Because my scale immediately is dulled by like 60%. I go to bed thinking I'm with Ryan Reynolds, and I wake up with Steve Buscemi. That was really upsetting. He was like, "We can go to breakfast, but I'm not tipping the waitress." And I was like, fuck! I've had a few really bad dating experiences. That's why I stopped using Tinder. You getting fucked up, like always, and then you're messaging a guy at 3 a.m. You wake up the next morning, he's calling you Moonbeam. He already has your address, and he's gonna be on his way in 30 minutes. Luckily, I didn't give him my number, but it was really awkward when I had to pretend I was asleep while I heard him knock for like 45 minutes. But one time I was the awful person on Tinder. I have this ritual where I drink half a handle of tequila before I even get in the car to go to the date. And I ended up meeting this guy. He was actually really smart, funny, handsome, and great at pool. He also paid the tab, which is super new. He was awesome, but I didn't realize that until I was on the tequila train halfway to Blackout Town and there were no stops. I thought everything was amazing. I woke up the next day with a little bit of a fuzzy head, but I noticed I had one less follower on all of my social media. So I messaged my friends and I was like, "Hey guys, we had an amazing time." They were like, "No, you had an amazing time." It's like, what do you mean? And apparently I walked up to this poor man around a bunch of my friends and said, "We should have many sex." And if you're familiar, that's an awful Borat impression. And I did not have many sex. I really thought it wasn't that big of a deal. I thought maybe he just didn't want to see me again. And then I ended up running into him at a Walmart. I was like, "Chris, hey!" And he literally did this right into a fucking wall, like to get away from me. I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna get my cream cheese and I'm gonna go. That's fine." Around that time is when I realized that dating on the outside is just like dating on the inside. Yeah, I'm talking about prison. I've been there. DUI, nothing crazy. But, it's really just people saying really weird shit to you and you deciding whether you're into it or not. There was this one girl, she went by Waterhead, not by choice. That's just what everybody called her. And I was scared of her because she came up to me and she said, "Bitch, if I see your ass again, I'm gonna stab it." I'm crying because I'm a massive pussy. And my friend goes, "No, man, she likes you." I want to go home. And she came up to me about a night later. And I was laying in bed and I was sleeping, trying to anyway. And I felt a little tap on my shoulder and I was immediately scared. I look over and she goes, "I'm just trying to get some head and go to bed." Well, that's what I'm trying to do. So I'll see you guys later.
Ivy Weatherford, everybody. Let her hear it. Got a few more stand-up comics coming to the stage. This next guy coming, you might know as your waiter. Please put your hands together for my man, Dave Hanna.
All right, y'all, this is my break, so I'm gonna get real comfortable. Just want you guys to know, I'm in uniform, so this video is kind of a wash for me. I'm not gonna use any of it. So we're just gonna have a little fun. Also, it's okay, I've been wearing these socks for 3 weeks. It's not gross, don't worry about it. Remember when this room was difficult? Things have changed. This is fun. This is easy. All right. Here's the thing about me. I stopped buying ladies' drinks, you guys. I won't do it anymore. I only buy men's drinks now. Yeah. I'm gonna whiskey on whiskey with a whiskey back. Put it in a work boot, sprinkle it with overtime, right? Tape it to a football, throw it at my genitals. That's how men drink. That's how men drink. We're just doing the hits. I'm just gonna do the hits. Don't worry about it, you guys. It's gonna be fine. Let's see, I'm adopted. Anybody adopted in here, huh? All right, unexpected, I'll take it. Sweet. A lot of pros and cons, right? Other person, huh? Pro? Yeah. Never sucked my mom's tits, not even one time. Not even on an accident, didn't like slip and fall, nothing like that. Never did it. Con, I don't know how to suck a tit, you guys, it's rough. It's rough over here. It's like an aardvark eating a banana, just a lot of like I'm posting a stamp to Orgasm Town, am I right, y'all? It's a government holiday. It won't get there till the next week. Don't worry about it. Gonna be fine. Hell yeah, once you go black, this is the part where they're like, oh, that's our waiter. I don't know. I want a tip, but he just said that. Where's he gonna go? Once you go black, you can still go red until the dealer says no more betting, you guys. Those are the basic rules of roulette. Guys, once you go black, yeah, I'm not done. I'm still going. This is my break. I'm gonna have fun with it. Once you go black, might want to throw that steak off the grill, feed it to the dog. You know what I'm talking about? Not good anymore. Get up to a nice medium. Let Fido have a good time. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys like drugs? Anybody doing drugs in here? Huh? Sweet. I am your waiter, and I accept multiple tips. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if that's against the rules or not, but you know. Ask for forgiveness, am I right? I got a likable face, it'll be okay. I know I tried Adderall before. Anybody tried Adderall? It's a fun one. Took some Adderall. I was like, this is gonna be such a great time. I'm gonna learn so many things. I'm gonna write a bunch of stuff, be real productive. Took it, about 30 minutes later, I was like, I have to dust this lamp. Little excessive, but okay, I'll take it. Roommate walks in, she's like, you take that Adderall? I was like, girl, you're dusty, get in here. Grab a lint roller, take a seat. You guys wanna have a good time, take Adderall, go into your grandma's attic. That's where the party's at. Lots of dust. Lots of dust. Tried LSD before, acid for the normies, right? Heard about this thing called microdosing? You guys heard of this? It's where you take a tiny little itty baby, like, is your father home piece of acid, you know what I'm talking about? It's like so small, you're like, did I do it? I don't know if I did it. Like this type of little tiny, just look at it. Are you looking? Look at how small this is. I get 7 minutes. I can do this for 4. Look at how little itty, tiny bitty, just sweet little baby. Like, I just wanna, and then you see in 4K for a couple days and you have a good time, right? I'm on that macro dosing, you guys. That's what my thing is. That's where you take a whole sheet of acid and you lose custody of your kids, right, guys? And it's great because then you can keep macro dosing, you guys. Y'all ever macro dose so hard you're like, oh, I don't have any kids. What the hell? What did I do? That toaster made a convincing argument, right? Just looking at the shower curtain like, you did this to me, you piece of shit. Oh yeah, we're having fun. Am I gonna look at my notebook? No, I'm not. What are you gonna do? I'm progressive. We got progressive people in here? Yeah? I think God's a woman, huh? Yeah? Because she's actively ignoring me, am I right, guys? Hey! Oh, wow! Wowza! Getting Holy Ghosted up here. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, this is either gonna extremely increase my tips or just take them off the board entirely. Real excited about it. Also, I was wrong. These socks are gross. I can smell myself up here. You might want to turn down the tip based on that. That's fine. I don't know. There seem to be no rules. You guys ever think about buying a strap-on, putting it on backwards so you can fuck 2 sex dolls at the same time? You know what I'm talking about? It's a little pendulum action, right? Little bedroom Beethoven, right? Just woo. Oh, grandfather cock, right? I can say that. I can say that. This dong dings, you guys, right? How many jokes am I gonna strap onto this? I don't know, right? Yeah. This is fun. How much time do I have, Andrew?
About a minute.
1 minute? 1 minute. Oh, man. What joke you want to hear, Jimmy? Next tag? The next tag, all right. Ladies, y'all ever think about buying 2 strap-ons? Putting one in the front, one in the back so you can super peg the flash? You guys know what I'm talking about? This a young crowd? We hip in here? Yeah. Y'all ever buy 4 strap-ons? You know, you get a friend, put one in the front, one in the back. She puts one in the front, one in the back. You make it real hard to get into school, right? You can learn all you want if you could make it through the gauntlet of dick. All right, y'all have been great. Let me know if you need anything. Thank you.
Give it up for Dave Hanna, everybody. This next comic coming to the stage, also just a hilarious guy. He runs an open mic every Thursday at Barley. Please put your hands together for Ethan McFall, everybody.
Let's get right into it, guys. I'm here to bring the white dick energy. That's right. Has nothing to do with the size of my penis. Has everything to do with the tightness of my jeans. Some white shit. Are those children's pants? Are you happy to see me? What's up? They're children's pants. That's what they are. All right, guys, let's get into a joke. Everybody knows Texas was the only state to ever secede from the Union. What? Fuck the Union! Wish they would have stayed gone. It's the weirdest woo I've ever heard in my life. Wish they still were, all right. Yeah, this is about her pretty much. I think the way they got them to do that is everyone in Texas thought they meant succeed. They're just like, hey man, they're signing a petition over there. All right, I sure as hell don't want to fail. Give me that pen. That's how she got here. Lone Star State, all right. Nah, man, that's a weird thing, talking about dicks out here. Have you ever, everybody knows the stereotype that guys with really nice or really big cars got small dicks? Everybody aware of that one? Yeah, do you guys think the opposite is true? You just see a guy with a minivan and you're like, good for you, buddy. Congratulations. You see a guy in a smart car, you're like, holy shit, he's got a horse cock. Can barely fit in that car. I bet that thing's on the gas pedal. Congratulations, bud. And you see a kid on a tricycle, you're like, how? You haven't even hit puberty yet. Use that as a kickstand for your bike. You don't need those other wheels, son. You're gonna be doing just fine. Big old kid dick, all right. Woo, where's the woo on that? That 10-year-old's got a huge penis, woo! All right, I'll get into it, yeah. That's fun and games. We got a bunch of TV, you guys like TV shows? Yeah, do you guys like recommending TV shows? It's all the conversations are anymore. Have you seen this? No, and then it's like, I'm leaving. You haven't seen it? You can't be my friend anymore. It drives me insane, especially like, you can, like a season of a TV show is fine, but people who will like recommend 6 seasons of like an HBO hour-long drama, like who has the time? Oh, like next time somebody tells me to watch The Wire, I'm gonna say, you should learn how to play the fucking piano. How about that? Oh, I should watch Game of Thrones? Maybe you should learn a fucking another language. How about that? We'll see who finishes first. Yeah, my neighbor loves recommending TV shows. He's that asshole he's your server tonight. Everybody give it up for Dave. Because I'm about to get into him. All right. Dave once recommended Breaking Bad and The Sopranos in back-to-back sentences. I was like, so what, Dave? So we're gonna have a conversation in 10 fucking years? How about, give me something, you know? You have gray hair. How about that finale? This was worth it. I hate you now. All right. It's silly. No, I love him. We're friends. I can say that. What are you guys on? They just broke it to her. They're like, Texas got back in the Union. So sorry. Nah, I'm gonna get into something light, something to cheer them up. Does everybody remember 9/11? No, September 11th. Not the one oh man, I'm a big fan. Not the one in 2001, but every one after that. Because flights are so cheap, that's my vacation day. All right. Yeah, sure. That was a tragedy, but I'm going to Hawaii for $35 fucking dollars, so I'll take it, you know? That's round trip. Honolulu is beautiful in September. You should see it, it's wonderful. My house looks weird because September 11th just circled with a big smiley face, and people are like, what a monster. Love that day. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a server like Dave. Any servers in the house? Nice. You guys will get this one. Boo. Dave spit in this man's drink. Did you just boo serving? Boo. I like getting my food straight from the kitchen. All right. Put it in the toilet. I'll lick it out. I'm a monster. Like recently, the country has outlawed plastic straws and people are losing their fucking minds. I hate breaking this news to people, especially in Tennessee, because they act like you're bringing the liberal agenda to their front fucking doorstep. Like, oh, I can't have a straw? You know he won, right? Do they even make sweet tea without straws? What the fuck is going on? It comes with a straw. That's how they make it. How am I supposed to stir the gallon of sugar that's in my tea? Doesn't make sense. Okay, you gonna take my straw? Suppose you want my gun now too, is that it? Sir, you cannot have that in here. It's like, you can take it, I've got a fucking safe full of them for some reason. Gonna get a safe full of straws just to be careful, fucking Obama. Still ruining my life somehow. God damn. Yeah, I'll take the roasted sea turtles, please. Deep fried. Fuck them. Thank you, guys. I've been Ethan McFall.
Ethan McFall, everybody. Let him hear it. We got one more guy coming up to the stage. This guy's he's helped put this whole show together. Please give a warm welcome to a really great guy, Charles Newby, everybody. Let him hear it.
Big shout out to the guy who's been talking the whole goddamn show. Looks like he drinks fucking sugar-free monsters and listens to Band of Horses. Neither of them are gonna fuck you. Don't applaud that, I'm mad as fuck. We're trying to raise money for kids, and what are you afraid to talk to me? Because I write a song about a mass shooter? Really? Oh, goddamn. Anyway, oh, here's the guitar. Who the fuck turned it off? We're going old school. You didn't think a midlife crisis could happen this young, did you? Anybody watch the news recently? Nobody? No one saw me on TV? It's funny because the last time I was on TV, it got a little bit weird. If you don't believe me, you can go on YouTube, look up WRCB TV, that's local, and meth. I'm the third one down. Anybody, 90s kids in here? 90s kids? 90s TV and stuff? Do y'all remember the toy Mr. Bucket? Mr. Bucket? You know why they pulled the ad right a month after? Because the lyrics were, and I quote, I'm Mr. Bucket, put your balls in my mouth. I'm Mr. Bucket, Adam. Oh, I figured out why people say, oh God, during sex. It's biblical. John 12:13 says, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going through a little bit of a migraine right now. It happens, you know, it's because of alcoholism. And I know, I'm in a bar. And the whole day started, man, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, God, what a fucking sack of shit. You know, you just see this fat piece of shit that you never wanted to fucking be, and it's just like no more art school, no more playing in heavy metal bands and stuff, you know, just like your dick doesn't work and you have to have a warm-up shit. Have you ever had to have a warm-up shit? 4 a.m. it's the warm-up shit. Welcome to your 30s. It's all downhill. I just look in the mirror and I'm just like, I lost my virginity to Savage Garden and look what it did to me! You guys want to do a tongue twister? You guys want to do a tongue twister? Say naked. Man. Hand. Stand. Naked man, handstand. You know what a sentence you could use that in? Imagine a world where the beloved character Gonzo from the Muppets was based off a naked man doing a handstand. Here's another you can use that in. The shameful legacy of former U.S. Congressman Anthony Weiner was summed up as a naked man doing a handstand. I'm just getting a bunch of bad news lately. I got to tell you, they rejected my script. Are you guys familiar with Vivid Video? Oh, you don't want to say that out loud? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was for the gay division. I'm not trying to outsource, you know, get money like that. Yeah, they rejected my gay noir script. We were going to solve mysteries and crime, and we were going to film it in black and white too. I tell you what, but they weren't feeling it. They weren't feeling it. They said there's something wrong with the script. At what point do you not want a detective going, I like your friend over there. I like your colored friend too. I see you're packing a Magnum. Ah. The one audible gasp broke me, and the room was silenced by a quivering hush. I'm gonna do one more, because I'm pretty much cut off by the bar now. Liam Neeson is in the back of a cop car. The two officers arresting him open his trunk and find 2 large black assault dildos. The veteran cop goes up to Liam and says, "Hey, what are these for?" To which Liam replies, "Revenge." The rookie cop shoots the veteran cop in the back, killing him in the streets, as the dildos bounce on the ground in slow motion. Liam is unfazed. Rookie cop goes up to him and says, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing, but you can count me in." To which Liam says, "I was wondering what had taken so long." Thank you guys. I'm Charles Newby. Thank you for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause for supporting local comedy. Let's get one for Andrew Ledbetter. There's still time to donate. Just come see me, and you're going to help out a great local cause. Give it up for Ginger Soul Productions. They've came out. And give it up for yourselves. Let's get it up. Thank you again, Pint Mic.
Charles Newby, everybody. Let him hear it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It means a lot. For those of you who came in late, we're taking up a small donation for Room at the Inn. So like Charles said, if you want to give it to that cause, see him after the show. Thank you again so much for coming out tonight. It means a lot. We do this every Monday, typically in the side room. So we'd love to have you come watch, come try out, stand up, whatever you want to do. Most of all, tip your wait staff and get home safe. Thanks so much for coming out, guys.
You just can't fly. When these people don't have the right, you'll say what you can't buy. Some things don't take no time. When you meet the men on high, you'll crave what gives you sight. People come down alright. People come down alright. So bad to fight. When these people, they take your side, you'll brave the winter's night. People come down alright. Hey, come down